everyone. Um, this is the last section of this prepare for your associate cloud engineer journey. So, we are going to do review mostly our study goals and plan time to prepare. In this section, I'm going to when we take the exam, how many weeks do you have to prepare? How many hours will you spend? So what I will do basically, I will share my experience with you guys and how you how you can achieve your goal by getting the certification, especially for the first time users, for the first time uh, develop cloud engineer. So this week one, we have a sample study plan where you have to know everything related to the core infrastructure. These are the fundamental, and you are expected to get some badges. And also the week two, we are expected to talk about architecting with compute engine. So we have all this. If you remember when we are having our first class, we talk about some study guide. I will still review it together with you before end of this class. So on week theory, we talk about using of GKE, Google Kubernetes Engine, and how we can set up our application on the Google environment. You are expected to get a badge there, logging and monitoring, and observability in Google Cloud. So this is for week four, and develop your Google Cloud network patch. So you are expected to get badge in each week. And for the week five, we are talking about get started with Terraform for Google Cloud. So building an infrastructure using Terraform. This is one of the simplest way to can interact or deploy on Google Cloud using Terraform. And last one is taking care of using documentation. Documentation is very important, especially if you are if you want to have a basic understanding about a question. So there are some maybe during the situation whereby you are watching the tutorial, there are some information that are not in details, but if you go through the documentation, you can see line by line how they explain how it works, the response. You can able to get that on documentation. So documentation is also very important things you have to go through. But I know documentation is somehow bulky, but some key parts you are not able to understand, or you have maybe you are curious to know, you can use you can use Google documentation or cloud documentation to review. So creating a weekly. So what exam guide section or topic area will you focus on? So I think after this, I'll still share the document with you where you can get it. What course will help you to learn more, or specific module to learn more? So you have to focus on the exam guide, your course, the course you are trying to learn. So the one you have to focus on. The skill badge, what skill badge or lab will you work on for hands-on practice? So there are some labs that until you work with, not only watch video or read documentation. There are some lab that anytime you are working, that is when you can able to get more experience. Like for instance, let's say you are setting up a cloud SQL, or you are setting up your compute engine. You will know that there is a difference time of starting or restarting, or you have some experience whenever you are working with it. So real life experience really matters, whereby you can use your technical, you can draw your point and get a technical point from your question. So this work on lab is very important, because you can able to understand. Even personally, if you are working on a personal project, you can able to understand better, like, oh, this is the what is going on. You may run into an error be working on lab. But if you are just learning, watching video or reading review or documentation, you may not have the opportunity to get that experience. So with what documentation link with your review? So some of these labs have some documentation attached to it. So Google Script attach some documentation with your lab. So these two are very important. What additional resources will you use, such as sample question? So by the end of this section, I'm going to share with you some sample question platform that are free that you can go through and use to practice. They have like bulk question, like 300 question that you can use to learn. So yeah, weekly study templates. So these are what I expect you to do. Like area of you just pick like a core topic and the study guide, and course or module. Look for a course or module that's related to this. A good example is like accessing configuring IAM. So this is identity access management. So if you are looking for a course, we are expected to go to call infrastructure module 2 resources and access in the cloud architect Google Compute Engine, and module 4, which says identity and access management. So these four courses will really help you to have idea about configuring access using IAM. So after that, you expect to get a badge from develop your Google network, and these are the cool documentation you can go through to learn more about it. So in addition, you expect to get some sample question to learn like 1 to 5 to get practice. So this is like a template. So you can go to the study guide and maybe list it out and check the match course modules, labs, and documentation review, and you can now take some sample question. So moving forward, so this is the template for you. You can use, you can create your own and use that for your weekly study. So register for your ACE exam, Associate Cloud Engineer. So if you are registered, this is the link you will expect to use, and you will use this web accessor. You create an account, register for the exam, choose the perfect exam you are doing. So for this case, we are doing ACE, which is Associate Cloud Engineer, and you can able to see if I go through this link, which I will be doing uh, after this presentation, how you can go for that. So we have scheduled the testing and date. So this you okay, before that, sorry, I'm jumping for 5. We are saying choose a remote on-site. So for personally, based on my situation, I mean my environment, I prefer going for remote if you have a good electricity, good internet connection, a very cool area, not noisy. But if you are finding difficult to get a secure uh, a cool element, you can go for on-site. So one nice thing about on-site, you don't have to worry about the network, you don't have to worry about the security screening. So but for remote, you have to take everything. So everything you will be in charge, but on-site, the the exam officer or the uh, people in charge will be the one to manage you, make sure you are following rules and regulations. So that's the difference. So for me here, I prefer remote, but in your area, if you have a so the reason why I prefer remote is because on-site location is very far from my from my location. So I prefer Google have some partner organization or company that they are organizing this examination. So they are very far from my location. But for me, I prefer remote because I can do it anytime. I can do it in midnight when everybody is already sleeping. So that's the reason why I really like remote. But for on-site, it's very cool because you don't have to worry about anything. Just go there and take your exam and schedule the testing date and time. So make sure the time you are scheduling is the time you are available. Although you can reschedule within the time, but you have to make sure that the time after, I think after 48 or 72 hours, you can reschedule. So you have to bear in mind that anytime you are taking the exam, you have to be a free day for you. So pay for your exam. So if you have voucher, you can use a coupon or voucher to take the exam. But if you are willing to pay, it's very nice. You can just pay for your exam. So the question, I think this is the last chapter, and so let me give you some tips that may help. So there are different platforms you can able to learn. So let me review. Let me click on this. Okay, so this is a good example where we can learn. This we have for the standard exam information. We have 2 hours. You are sitting for 2 hours for the exam, depend on your capacity. So if you have mastermind everything, you may not spend up to that time. So the exam contents, we have this exam guide which we are going to check next. So we have the registration fee, $125, and the English, we are the language based on your language you understand. So most I use English for my exam. You too, you can just use your suitable language. And exam format is option 50 to 60 multi choice or multi select question. So this is so tricky because multi choice meaning you can able to get your answer, but the problem is if you are not careful, you can select the wrong but always look like the right answer. So what I would advise you to do is before you choose your question, try as much as possible to analyze the question. Make sure you select the services that are likely to be there before you to pick your question, before you pick your answer. So most of the time you just have to make sure you and do your analysis. And and if you are not getting the question right, maybe you are confused, you can flag it and move to the next question. So after you check all the question, you may be fortunate to click the next question, and the last question may be the another answer in the next question. So this really helps. So if you are not getting anything right, just move to the next question. After you still have 2 hours. After you by the end of the question, you can go back and check it again. So and the mode of delivery, we have online. I think we have talked about this. You can do it remotely or do it in a Google Partner exam organization. So validity of period. So if you pass your exam, it is valid for 3 years, and after 3 years, you are expected to take renewal exam. So prerequisites no, and the recommended experience. So recommended experience is 6 months. You are expected to work with Google Cloud resources or a Google Cloud platform to learn more about Google Cloud before like 6 months plus. But if you are very consistent and you are doing regularly, you may be sure before that and take it, no problem. But just make sure you have practiced very well before you take the exam. For renewal, just $75 and English and Japanese, and we have exam format 20 multi choice or multiple choice. So you can see first time is the difficult part, but after renewal it's now becoming easy. And also support remote and on-site and valid for 3 years. And candidate must have an active certification be be within the renewal eligibility period. So if you are taking the exam, you have to make sure that before the 3 years expired, you have to take the exam. So it's not like after 5 years or 4 years you want to take the exam. So you have to have active certification before you can take the renewal. So yeah, prepare for your exam, get the real world experience by attempting uh, a real environment. So Google gave 300 free credits to sign up to work with these resources apart from using the lab. So this gives you the real life experience, understand what is on the exam. So this you talking about this exam study guide, and I will check it here later. So we have the Google Class Keyboard whereby you can able to practice. I think we have able to work towards that. We have been working for over a few days, over a few weeks with the Google Keyboard, this environment. I know we are familiar with it. So going back, we have exam readiness. So there are some okay, there are some tips Google provide there, sample question. So the sample question is more of like a Google form. So this Google form you can is prepared by Google. Although this does not mean that if you are taking this sample question, does not mean that you find the same question or similar question in your um, exam. So this means like you just have to practice. So because you may be maybe you may be that you are able to solve a sample question correctly, but after you get some question, you find it like it's quite. So this, don't fall for the fact that you are able to solve a sample question. You just have to understand. Don't cram. Don't cram the don't cram the question often. You just have to um you just have to use it for practice. So I'm trying to sign up and let us review some question. So send me similar. So okay. Yeah. So yeah. So these are the some question you can see. This is the logic things about this. You have a long question and you have a simple answer. So you have to choose the best option. So what most of the time before I try to review my answer, I try to read through this and I make sure I understand what they are talking about before I select my answer. But in the situation whereby I didn't understand my question, I just move to the next one, then that is it. So this exam guide, okay. So this exam guide, so you have to download this. You can use it for your template here. Yeah, you can use this as a template and make sure you are working towards it. Make sure you are confident in each section. So talking about project account, billing, and also you have to make sure you are in line with it before you start doing practice exam sample question. So moving forward, this is the Google skill boots, whereby we have some. You expect to do all the complete all this lab. You can see most of these course I've done, most of it. I can able to verify through my dashboard my progress. I see my progress. Um, Let me click on that. Oh, okay, sorry. I want to confirm. I want to view my badges actually. Uh, oh, they are changing their environment these days. Okay, let me go to dashboard. Okay, so yeah, we have. So they are trying to change the environment. So you can see they are making the learning environment to be more interesting. Like using like just like the strike, whereby you can be seeing your progress and you can see these are the labs. These are the labs I've done. So this really the purpose of this is to encourage you to learn more, and this is the courses like the prepare journey. So you expect to do all the course uh related to the cloud learning. So sometimes if you have find it difficult, maybe you are able to learn, but you are feeling you are not feeling boost enough to take the exam, or you are doubting yourself, there are some platforms that can help. So I have exam topic. This I use this, and if you have a paid version, you can do a paid version. So we have over 326 questions. So browse it. I click on browsing. So these are the question. So this, because this is free, absolutely free. Although you can subscribe, but I am using free version. So after I go through it, I can review my question and I can see. So this is an open community. A lot of people have made their comments. So their comment does not mean they are right. So you can find every argument will be coming up. So you have to choose the best option. Then if you are getting confused, you can go back to the material and learn. But if you are not understand the part, you can go through documentation. Some people had the link for the documentation. You can see here we have the documentation. You can go there and read documentation to validate the reason for the question, the reason for the answer. So that's this for the practice. So you can practice. I'm very sure by the time you are done with 300 question, you will have a basic idea of what you are doing. So going back, after that, after setting, okay, this is the documentation. This is how the documentation looks like. you can able to uh, um, you can able to see different uh, material you can use, which may not be even in the videos or in the labs. So this really helps. This really helps a lot, especially when you are finding it confusing. So that on preparation. So another tips is that whenever you are practicing, right, you can find a, like, maybe a A4 paper. I use A4 paper or like a jotter to keep record, so that anytime the key points I keep it. Anytime something comes up, I'm meaning some question and I was unable, maybe I forgot, I can easily go there and access it and come back. So that is it. So before you can take this exam, you have to make sure you complete all most at least 80%. And another thing is, whenever you are do your test, Google updates it time to time. You can see there is a button say there is a new version of it. So they are updating their material, meaning if I click on this, it will, so I can upgrade. So immediately I upgrade, it will reduce uh my journey. Like, right now, I think I don't know the percentage. Okay, I've got the certification of this. So you have some percentage of progress of your course progress. So immediately they update, you can review the update too, so that to keep you updates before taking the exam. So that's it. Thank you very much. I got a question. I could not locate.
Here was just question from Kate. She couldn't retake quiz, but I tested her link, and I didn't pass this quiz. So to have opportunity retake, and on my side it was working. But sometimes at cloud skill boost not working depend of
So
internet connection.
at
Yes.
times if you are at
Yes.
times if you're having this issue, um there are three options. It's either you refresh the page.
Mm-hmm.
If it is not working, just refresh. But if it is not working, log out and log in again. And that's the second option: log out and log in again. Refresh, log out and log in again. And if you are still facing the same challenge, just click on this button and you can contact the customer support. Uh,
Support, yes.
so
And
this they
even
will.
email support, very supportive. I got support many times. I just send these guys screenshots, explain my error, environment, for example, Windows or macOS. Environment where I get this error, and guys provide me how to fix. Sometimes they give me a notification that, oh yes, we have this error, waiting until we fix this code lab. Some,
Exactly.
yeah, sometimes I got even this situation that something was wrong with code lab.
Yes, exactly. Even though, even there are some situation whereby you are doing your lab and you are very sure that you are doing it right, and the system may be giving you some error whereby you are sure of your. So you have to just reach out to them and make a complaint. So after that, you can still retake your lab. So most of the time, it happens like that. So I think that is the my own best of knowledge. That's the solution to that. Uh, I don't know if you have any question again. Share the PDF. Share the discussion PDF or links. Oh,
Uh,
actually, I think
Here recorded video. So at our YouTube channel, you will find recorded video because we can't share these presentations. These
yeah, it's under.
presentations are prepared by Google for Google developer experts, and only Google developer experts can use these presentations. But if you will prepare event series, of course, feel free to invite speakers with already done presentations. So, okay, I guess that today wasn't a lot to discuss, just last tips and tricks and advices and
Hello.
discussion descriptions, how to register, how to pass. And this session was recorded, and it's a pity, but we finished this 6 week journey. And check Discord channel. Here we will share homework. Homework is simple, just a list of previous labs, code labs, which was required to finish. And of course, you can rewatch all 6 event sessions which were recorded in your convenience. Okay, one more time. Biggest thanks for your time. Biggest thanks to our amazing speakers. Biggest thanks to all our attendees for your time. Because it's Saturday, I understand how much it's not easy to be present, to be online, and watching. Yes. So thanks Saheed for these links. And if it's possible, please can you share these links with me on LinkedIn, or that I duplicated a Discord channel, or a Discord channel.
Okay, I will share with you on LinkedIn. I will share with you right
Okay,
now on LinkedIn.
okay. Biggest thanks. Yes, biggest thanks.
Okay.
So, okay, guys, this session was
So
recorded.
anyone, so for this is closing remark, anyone that has any challenges or just bring it on the Discord, and I will try as much as possible to attend to it. And if it is beyond, I can still reach out to community to help. So we're in a community, everybody. If you are facing challenges, you are not alone. We can work together. Thank
Not
you.
alone. Bill remembers is not alone.
Yeah.
So, okay, biggest thanks for one more time. One more time. Biggest thanks for your time this Saturday. Biggest thanks for sharing your experience and these amazing presentations. And this session will be shared later. And of course, join us in our next sessions, online, in person, hybrid. Follow us in our Google platform and LinkedIn. And see you in our next session. See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.